Okay, it's your buddy Mike Messier. I had a very special request. Michael A.J. Norris has requested that I comment on Kanye West running for president, and I want to open this up a little bit for just, a topic. I'm not the expert on politics, but I'm a person with an opinion, and just like yourselves, who is ever watching, we're all entitled to have our opinions, and that's the great thing about democracy. I had a roommate in college once upon a time who he and I at the time were very politically opposed, and he was very well read on politics and studied and had these strong convictions, and I was just kind of a passive follower of politics, but I was planning to vote, and I said to my chum, my roommate, I said, "Hey, how does it make you feel that you put all this time and energy into these politics?" And he even went to the party convention that year. I said, "How does it make you feel that you put all this time and energy into this politics, and then a guy like me comes along who just has a passive interest and votes, and our votes are equal?" So obviously that didn't make him very happy. But he accepted that that's part of the fun of being an American, is that the person who listens to CNN or Fox News or whatever they listen to day and night and studies up on all this stuff and reads their newspaper, their vote in theory is just as important or just as valued as the asshole who just stumbles in off the street and votes every couple of years. That being said, and I'm trying not to be an ignoramus about these things, I'm not terribly satisfied or terribly impressed with the choices, either Democrat or Republican, and that leads us to this third party thing and these. Now, unfortunately for everybody, in my opinion, no third party candidate really got to work 2 years ago, 3 years ago, even 4 years ago. I mean, that's the amount of time and effort it would take for a third party to make a dent or even have a shot at winning. Now, some folks are going to watch this video and say, "Well, Mike, no third party would have a shot of winning anyway." Well, if you really think about it, I could be fucking wrong here, folks, but neither the Democrat or the Republican Party was even around, as far as I know. I could be wrong. When our country started, you had things like the Whigs and what was it, the Federalist Party, and I'm going off the top of my head. I'm not Google searching. Look, I'm not Google searching. But you had these parties that no longer exist. And, as we've been, kind of our culture has been kind of, YouTube information has come more to the forefront of our knowledge base. People are saying things like, "Oh, the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, came from the Democratic Party." Well, you look into that, okay? There's other videos that are like, the Republican Party went from Abraham Lincoln to Donald Trump. You look into that. Do the research yourself. Don't come to me. Not that you are, but I'm not a fountain of information. I just gather these things like the rest of us gather these stones. One thing that's come up a lot, just as an aside, is I really like having my goatee because my face looks less fat with my fucking goatee, but any goddamn way. All these things like, there was presidents before George Washington. There was like 24 presidents before George Washington. Now people say, "Oh, George Washington was the first president." However, that's true in some regard. After the United States was declared independent from jolly old England. But if you look at the presidents, there was a country, we were our own kind of land. We were here, people were here before George Washington was even born, I would assume. And there was other people that served in that spot, the top spot. Now, we weren't an independent country, but the United States of America was still, what were we, a country? Were we a piece of jolly old England, the mothership? You tell me, folks, you historians, but look into it. If you've never thought about this, George Washington was not necessarily the first president. He might be the first president since we were our own country. Now, some people have gone even to say, and Dane Calloway, one of these video guys that I like on YouTube, he's on the Mike Messier channel list, he says that they were actually black, or you might want to say African American presidents before Obama, like before George Washington. So look into that. I saw an interesting perspective for all the wrestling fans out there who might be feeling left out. Someone today made a comment that Dory Dixon was the first WWE champion who would have been an African-American wrestler. Now that little kernel of knowledge, I always was told it was Playboy Buddy Rogers, or the Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, who was obviously Caucasian. I say obviously because you just look at the guy. But in any effing fucking way. So going back to this Kanye thing, look, there are certain aspects of pop culture that I've slept on, as the kids say, for the last 15 or 20 years, and Kanye West and his fucking music is one of those things. I can't name a fucking Kanye West song off the top of my head. I'm thinking of the fucking In the Closet song, but that was the other guy. The guy that was, doing all those horrible things to women, right? That was the In the Closet guy, R. Kelly. So Kanye, I know that he interrupted Taylor Swift with her speech, and he wears a jacket, and he says that George Bush hates all black people with Mike Myers and Katrina 2005. I know Kanye West more for these pop culture moments than his music. He shows up at the TMZ fucking studio, he gets into a big debate. I can't, for the life of me, name you a goddamn Kanye West song. You know what I mean? Like, if I had a gun to my fucking head and they said, Mike, name us some Kanye West songs or we'll kill you, we'll execute you. Not that that would happen, hopefully, but I really couldn't do it, so I'd be dead. You know, I just don't know his fucking music. I know he's married to Kim Kardashian West, and they have like a child named Northwest or some such thing. I gather these little pop culture moments, folks, and I guess you could say, is his stepfather-in-law, Caitlyn Jenner, or mother-in-law, or whatever the fuck, or ex-former father-in-law, now ex-former mother-in-law, Caitlyn Jenner. I mean, I don't know. This family, this Jenner fucking Kardashian Kanye family escapes me. I know that they're of great importance to you folks. Apparently, according to Yahoo News tonight, the first thing that I saw was that Cardi B fans were all upset because Cardi B and her friend made a video and they've got their big boobs popping out. And in the middle of the video, Caitlyn Jenner comes out in a bodysuit and really does nothing but just kind of walks around with her breasts and everything. And it's like, oh, she's a bitch because she's appropriating African-American culture, and fuck her. And I don't know what to say to that. I mean, if it's Cardi B's video and she's choosing to put this Caitlyn Jenner person in the video, shouldn't the people that are upset with Caitlyn Jenner being in this video be upset with Cardi B? Look, folks, this is all beyond me, meaning that it's not my generation. I mean, I'm not here to sit and judge Cardi B music videos or fucking Kanye. I can just tell you that I've lived through my pop culture world of, who was better, Kurt Cobain or Axl Rose, and they almost had a fight backstage at the MTV Music Video Awards and shit like that. So this pop culture stuff that you young folks are going through, look, I'm not going to play Uncle Sam here or anything, but all generations go through this crap. Like, oh, did you see how the A and the E stretched over Annette Funicello's fucking sweatshirt? Or how come Goofy is a fucking Goofy is a talking dog and Pluto is a dog? Like, how come Goofy is like half human and Pluto's a fucking dog? And some now are saying that Goofy was a horse. Well, Goofy was never a goddamn horse in my world. He was the fucking dog on two legs that talked. And fucking Pluto was the dog that was like a standardized dog. So would Goofy walk Pluto? Like, would Mickey say, hey, I gotta go walk Pluto. Goofy, can you walk my fucking dog for me? And Goofy's looking at Pluto saying, I don't know if I can do that. Because I'm a dog too. So I don't know what to fucking tell you, folks. As far as this Kanye goddamn West situation goes, people are saying, oh, he's having a mental breakdown, blah, 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 blah. Kim Kardashian, and I guess here's the thing, folks. You ready? I have a hard time, I don't want to say feeling sorry for, but I kind of do have a hard time feeling sorry for anyone that's more famous or has more money than me. Because we all have our fucking problems, folks. So I'm not going to sit here and cry in my pants about if Kanye and Kim Kardashian are going to break up, or oh my God, Kim has to get away from him. Oh my God, OMG. I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, I'd rather watch a hockey game and listen to them play hockey and the technique of hockey, okay? So, there you effing fucking go, folks. What else can I talk about? This Britney Spears situation, you know, free Britney is of concern to me to an extent, because it seems like, is she the victim of MK Ultra? Look into that if you don't know what I'm talking about. Britney Spears dealing with things. But once again, it's like free Britney, okay, but with all her money, all her connections, don't you think Britney could call fucking Dr. Phil and say, Dr. Phil, look, it's Brits.